to another Hangout. I know it's been a while. There's been some good reason for that. And no, it's not just because I've been neglecting things. So after I did the last Hangout, I went to Comic-Con, or Fan Expo, however you want to say it, because I guess San Diego trademarked the phrase Comic-Con, so now they can use it. Weird. But I went to Comic-Con a couple weeks ago, and the week after that I had to have a medical procedure, and I just wasn't feeling up to doing anything after I had that procedure done. So that's why I didn't do the next week either. But I'm here now. Hi, Wolf. Yes, I had a pretty good week. How about you? But I'm back and I have things to show you guys. Hi, Era. I'm very excited to show you guys what I got. So, we'll play What Did Moon Get at Con? Or what was Moon given at Con? So I did go with my daughter, and I went with a friend as well. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun. It was, I guess, about the same as last year, kind of low key. And my daughter did a lot better this time than she did last year. Last year, she was freaked out by a lot of things. This year, not so much. The horror stuff, yeah, it still freaks her out, but she wasn't as nervous being around people in costume as much as she was last year. Now, I'm going to show you some of what I got. I think I forgot a couple of things, but we'll get through this. Okay, the first thing was a gift, and it's part of a pair. I only brought one out. It's exactly what you think it is. It is some quality fucking foam and really detailed too. I absolutely love it. There's another one. I just didn't feel like bringing both out. Yep. It's really good. It's really good quality. Okay, so full disclosure, I have another pair similar to this, but I really like this one. I think the other pair I'm just gonna like hang up in whenever I get a house or place to stay or whatever the hell. I'm gonna hang it up, and then these are gonna be my props. So I'll have like some for display and then some for props, and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" It must be like, I'm awesome. That's why. Okay, the next thing. Do they move? I mean, yes, I guess. This part moves kind of. It's foam, so yeah, but it feels awkward, and I can understand why Levi holds them the way he does, because this is just really friggin' awkward. Hello! But yeah, I do have ODM blades, and I think these are really good. Like, they remind me of the Nerf swords that they had in the 2000s or whatever. That's the kind of quality they are. Like, they'll hurt. They will do some serious. They would hurt. All right, so that's one. That's one item, and oh my god, it's gonna fall. So let's flip it around and keep it from falling. Okay. The sword was ODM gear from Attack on Titan. The next thing I have, which I think I have stuff in here. Oh, cool. I do have stuff in here. Okay. Don't break it, right? So my daughter got a lovely, what are they called? Mystery boxes. that my friend bought her as a gift, and my daughter let me have the bag out of it. And it just happened to be my favorite Disney princess ever. I think it is gorgeous. I was like, I saw it, I'm like, no. I could not get this lucky. And don't worry, she kept everything else. She even got her own little bag, so she's fine. It's not like I made off with the best item in the box. But it looks so much like Loungefly. I love it. And then it even has this on the back. Hello. And let me see. I think there was stuff in here. There's my pass. Oh, right. Okay. There it is. Okay. I'm good. How are you? Let me see if there's anything else in here. Nope, nothing else. Okay. But I like this bag. I think it's adorable and beautiful. And it's so much like Loungefly without having to pay for Loungefly prices. All right. Next item. So while we were at con, they had, and I think this is pretty standard at the cons here, where I live, they had the Impala from Supernatural on display. It was not the Impala. It was the guy owns the Impala, an Impala that's just like it, and he sets it up. He sets up like that you can take pictures with it and stuff, and then they have like merch you can buy. Hello, Taylor. Nice to see you. And I bought this necklace. So this necklace is a replica of, I'm good, how are you doing? Do I have a teddy bear? No. But this is a replication of the necklace that Ruby from Supernatural wears. I thought this one was really cool. It says wish on it, on the charm. It says wish, and it has a little wishbone. And I'm not entirely certain what type of plant this is from, but I thought it was really pretty. And this is a bracelet my friend gave me. It's Sun and Moon, which I think is pretty awesome. My friend gave me a lot of stuff. I'm a very awesome friend. And my friend gave me this as well. This was also from con. I keep this on my desk. This is where I put my tea. I think it's really good quality too. But yeah, this is my coaster from con. I love it. Probably the most used item I have. All right. And yes, yeah, it does seem like I have an amazing friend. Okay. So, you all know vaguely that I write. And I do like to support fellow indie writers, I guess. If you're not part of the New York Times, I guess you're considered an indie writer. And this book sounded so interesting. It's called The North Queen. And I'll read you the back of it because it sounded good to me. And I'm hoping you guys will see why. The return of a lost heir. The kingdom of Mercia has been at war with the Shadow King and his dark army for 10 years. To escape the seer's vision of her capture, Mercia's heir to the throne, Princess Nora Endel, is secreted away by her father to keep her safe. But when he dies in battle, so too dies the knowledge of where she's hidden. She's lost to the world until 3 years later, when she's found with no memory of who she is or the kingdom that now rests on her shoulders. A conflicted duty. Loyal and fearless commander of the Mercian army, Alexander Remus, has protected the realm against the threat of the Shadow King, awaiting Nora's return. Not only does she hold the fate of the kingdom, but also his heart. However, when she's found, he discovers she has no memory of him or what was once between them. With war still looming, Nora is expected to wed and secure an alliance. when Mercia desperately needs to stand against the Shadow King. Now, with Mercia's future at stake, Alexander finds himself torn between his duty and his heart. Now, the last bit. A twisted fate. Nora is thrust into a world she doesn't know, in a role she's unprepared for, to save a kingdom she doesn't remember. Under the hardship of winter and a dark enemy against them, Mercia is on the verge of breaking. As things start to unravel, the Shadow King draws Nora down a path of twisted fate, and it could cost her everything. And that's book 1 of 4 or 5, I think. And what was even really cool is the author signed it for me, which I always like it when they do that. So if you guys want to check it out, North Queen looks awesome. Have not started yet, but that is because I've been busy with other shit. So it's on my to be read list. I've got a very big to be read list. That sounds right? It sounds amazing. Alrighty. Now for the next present I got from my friend. This is a supernatural calendar that goes with the other one. This is the official one. The other one was just amazing fan art. Here's the back. Right? Should I open it and show you guys each picture, or are you guys good with just seeing the back? I should put that as a question that I don't really want to bother with typing it on my phone. I'm like preparing for it and I don't even have an answer yet. Someone might think you like Supernatural or something. I know, crazy, right? Who would think that? Oh, that's so funny. So my phone case has a magnet in it, and the necklace was sticking to the magnet. I just thought that was funny. The charm stuck. That's so funny. I'll save that for later if we decide to do it or not. All right. Who here wants to show us the calendar? All right. While y'all are debating that, I have t-shirts. My friend went freaking crazy, and I have 5 t-shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 t-shirts. Old school phone case. Thanks. Right? But this one is like, it doubles as, I'm not showing my cards, but it like doubles as a purse. So all my cards go here, and then I've got more cards in here, and like the wallet space. Like, yeah. Oh shit, I just realized I flashed my driver's license. Well, y'all didn't see that. It wasn't even close enough, but yeah. It's really cool. I love that phone case. But I'm weird. I like having things that are multi-purpose, so it's a phone case and my wallet, and so I don't have to necessarily have a purse either. All right. This is my favorite of the shirts that I got. These are all big shirts. They are meant to be for like just lounging around. But this is my favorite one. Sorry, a friend just messaged me about this. It says, forget the Prince Charming with the horse. I want Dean with his Impala. So So, yeah, that's my favorite one. This is probably like the only truly official, like one of the only truly official ones I got, which is the 20th anniversary shirt. You're a hot mess, thanks. I'm always a hot mess. Well, let's take the hot part out. I'm almost always a mess. My life is a friggin' mess, too. Let's see. There's the next one. This is the other one. That looks like a movie poster, honestly. Oh, speaking of movies, anybody go see Iron Lung by Markiplier? I'm thinking of going. I don't do horror, but I want to support Mark. This is adorable. This one's adorable. It makes me, this is gonna sound dumb, it makes me think of, oh god, Attack on Titan Junior High, where they're all chibis. That's what this makes me think of. Between this and my Attack on Titan ugly sweater, I'm gonna be decked out for Christmas this year. And then the last one is lovely. It's just bright. So just be aware, if you can't see the screen, it's not your fault. Right, it does. Like, we definitely need an episode where they're all chibis. I don't know who this is supposed to be, but they're the only one with, like, Funko Pop eyes. Everybody else has normal eyes, and then there's this dude with, like, those. I think it's supposed to be... I don't even know who it's supposed to be. It's not Bobby. And I don't think it's supposed to be John. I don't know who it's supposed to be, but it's adorable. Okay, so the next one. If you go blind, it is the shirt. Because that is some vibrant pink. That is the massively vibrant pink. It's not Bobby either. I already checked. It wasn't Bobby or John. And it wasn't Bobby John. But that is some garish pink. But yes, those were all of the shirts my wonderful friend got me. Claiming it as a Christmas gift. And I'm like, what, Christmas for the next 6 years? That was a lot. So between the coaster, the bracelet, the swords, my friend got me the swords, the shirts, and the calendar, I think they don't need to get me any more presents ever again. Hot Topic and Barbie being together in a t-shirt. I like that era. I'm sorry, I'm so fucking delayed on y'all's chat. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm loving that though. That description. That's something the world needs though, is a Hot Topic Barbie. With the pink. Like, there has to be that bright pink. Oh my god. That was funny. Let me see if I can. Ooh, that's not the direction I wanted to go with that. See if I can get if it's delayed on the computer too. Sorry guys if it's a little wiggly. It's just me on my computer. Oh Lord. Just got a funny comment from a friend via text, and yeah, no, that would be hilarious. That would be quite hilarious, honestly. Weird. Okay. It's just, I'm sorry, it just, I like the chat. I just wish it would catch me up with you guys faster. So then I'm not having delays. But going back to discussing con, it, aside from the amazing things I got via my friend or just what I purchased, I had a lot of fun. Like I said, my daughter was a lot less scared this time. She was more willing to go exploring, to go looking at booths this time, as opposed to last time. Last time she was just kind of like, I want to meet people and then leave. She wasn't real keen on looking at anything in particular. This time she actually looked at different booths. She interacted with some of the vendors. It was really sweet. She even got a free t-shirt out of it. We were passing by this one vendor and they had a K-pop Demon Hunter shirt. My daughter looked at it, she's like, oh, that's so cute. And as we were walking away, the vendor was like, hey, what size is she? And I said, she's a kid small. And they're like, take the shirt, it's a kid small. I'm like, wait, for free? And they were like, yeah, we bought this by accident. We meant to get an adult small. I'm like, weird, but okay. So I took it, and sure enough, it was a kid small and it fit her perfectly. So it was definitely meant to happen. But then my daughter walked around con thinking that it's normal to get free stuff from people. And she couldn't accept the fact that no, you don't get free stuff at con. Like, you are the exception because you're a child and cute. You don't normally get free stuff at con. If you do, there's some weird angle for it. For you, it's a little more wholesome. But yeah, it gave her a slightly skewed experience of con. She thinks that now she walked around going, Mommy, is this free? Mommy, can this be free? I'm like, no, it's not. And no, it cannot be, because that's not how the world works. Yes, you think that is because you've been given that experience, but no, that is not how con works. You don't get things for free. But aside from that, she'd had a lot of fun. And she did end up meeting some more has-been actors. Again, to reiterate to everybody, if you don't already know, my daughter is a fan of Has-Been Hotel, but she has not watched the series ever. She has listened to the songs. That is it. That is it. She's only listened to the songs. She has not watched the show. I have a rule with her. She can't watch the show until she's at least 13. And then we will revisit it at that point. But she can listen to the songs, and I do listen to them first before I let her do it. So there are songs she's not allowed to listen to, and there are songs she's allowed to listen to. So, but she met the actress who plays Cherry Bomb from Has-Been. She had a lot of fun, and she was more talkative this time. When it was last year when she met Charlie's voice actress Erica, she was not. She was very shy, and she kind of talked. She kind of didn't, but when it was this time around, she was more willing to answer questions, and she was very cute about it, and she was very sweet, and so I was glad to see that she got over her shyness on that level. I was honestly very proud of how she behaved the whole time. We got there an freaking hour early because I got the time wrong. And we had to sit there while, like, we were able to get in and everything, but we had to sit and wait for them to open up the exhibit hall. And she was a trooper. Like, we walked around for a little bit, but, you know, we didn't do, like, you couldn't do anything. You're just walking around, like, the same area the whole time. And we ended up having to sit. She just sat. Keep in mind, she's only 6. So she just sat there and was patient for an hour. And she sat still. She didn't fidget. She didn't climb anything. She didn't do anything. She just sat there and waited for an hour. That's unheard of with a 6-year-old, especially my 6-year-old. But I was very impressed with how she behaved. I was impressed with how well she did walking through con. Because I'm an adult and I had trouble walking through con. By the time I got done with everything we were doing at con that day, my whole body was hurting, like, just from walking. I'm like, I exercise regularly, and my body was still hurting from just standing and walking for a couple of hours solid. So yeah, I was relieved to get back to the hotel and lay down because, oh my God, I didn't know your body could hurt like that. But she even did well with that. She walked around. She was in her cosplay. She's in her cosplay shoes that she loved. And she just went with it. She was a real friggin' trooper the whole time. I was very impressed with her. Saturday, she wasn't feeling it. So my friend went to con without us, and we just kind of hung out at the hotel room, which was perfectly fine. She was recovering. My daughter was recovering from illness. I was in the midst of the same illness. So it was fine just to have a day to sit and veg and watch Disney movies and decompress, basically. So that's what we did. And then Sunday we went back to con. That's where I got most of my purchases. And then we just kind of hung out. We didn't see any actors that day. There was nobody there that we wanted to see. So we just kind of enjoyed ourselves with that. And we left on Monday. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Con was a lot of fun. I was very happy with it, and I was very happy with how my daughter handled herself, and I'm glad I got to spend some time with my friend. So it was a win-win all the way around for everybody, I hope. I don't know about my friend, but I'm hoping it was a good experience for them. That's objective for them. So Jesus Christ, 6 kids. Wow. Sorry, I see 6 kids and I'm just like, wow, no, not for me. Okay. I'm reading your thing right now, Era. Sounds like you all had a great time. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, I had a lot of fun. My daughter had a lot of fun. I don't know if my friend had a lot of fun. It seemed like they did, but again, that's subjective to them. They may not have, and we're just faking it for fun. Do you have like things worked out for the children too, Era, or just like who has how many and what they are? Friend of mine is being a major smartass and texting me while I'm live, and it's very hard not to just go and react. By the way, I did not know that this was engraved until literally when I picked it up to show you guys, and then I saw the engraving. I'm like, oh, okay. Do I have kids? Yes. I have one child. No. Not liking this line of questioning. No, I'm not. What's the hell on my bracelet? I have no idea if that's a... What the hell is this? Huh. I'm not entirely sure, my dude, what you would consider huge. I didn't think so. The doctor certainly didn't think so. It was actually a point of contention, but... Strange. Am I going to have more kids? No. I have no plans on having any more kids. That one I'm okay answering. I understand why you did it, Wolf. I am okay with that question. The belly question's a little odd just because I'm like, I mean, maybe. I don't know. It might have been. I'm not showing any pictures of that, but it was a point of contention with the doctors about how big it was, because it wasn't... I didn't think it was big. They didn't think it was big, but they didn't like that it wasn't big. I've given up on people in the health profession in a way, because it's like, if you're like what they want in the textbook, you're wrong. If you're outside of what is in the textbook, you're also wrong. So you're never right, and they go by this baseline of bullshit, basically. Like, I measured perfectly the whole time where I needed to be, but they didn't like that. I gained the exact amount of weight you're supposed to when you're pregnant. They didn't like that. They were like, you need to gain more. I'm like, why? It says that you're only supposed to gain this much. Like, no, you need more. I'm like, no, I don't. According to the whatever you guys go by, I'm correct. And nope, I was not. But then when you're underweight, they're freaking out. Or when you're overweight, they're freaking out. You can't win. You really can't win with any of this, especially if you're a woman and especially if you're pregnant. Oh, okay, interesting. I like this era. Probably gonna stay live for a few more minutes, and then I have a couple of things to finish up. But I'm waiting. I'm giving Era a chance because I'm kind of invested right now. Jeez, sure sounds like you can't win. You really can't. It's really unfortunate, and I really want to change that for women, and not just women here, but women here in the U.S. But it would be nice just to change it overall, because you just can't friggin' win, and it's so unfair. I'm gonna give Era a few more minutes just because I want to see where this is going. Then I have something I need to finish up. Okay, for Aaron, Zeke. Oh, okay. They'll have kids pretty early then. That's, or I mean, thinking about Attack on Titan, I'm like, we've got kids in the military at 15. Technically, they were all enlisted when they were like 12, 11 or 12. So, you know, having children that young, not out of the realm of possibility. I hate how people project today's standards on shit that's supposed to be like either fantasy or based in a different time, and it's like, oh, you can't take it by the times back then because that was wrong then too. It's like, maybe, but also they didn't live as long, so them having kids in their teens and 20s, early 20s, wasn't really all that bad. It was kind of like, it was kind of like the equivalent now having kids in your 20s and your 30s, because you could, like, that was how short their lives were, and most women would die in childbirth anyway. So it's just a weird soapbox I have found myself on, because I just get annoyed with people getting mad about historically accurate relationship ages. And it's like, or when they have children, it's like, they did have children that young. You're not getting it. They did have children that young. They did have to get married that young. Like, sometimes it's not like the best because the personalities aren't right, but it worked out for some of them, or it wasn't. Like, some of them didn't. It just, it wasn't. It just annoys me. It's like, just stop. You're not. It wouldn't make sense for an 18-year-old, like, queen or whatever, or princess, to not be married and having at least 3 kids by then, or at least having a child by the time she was 18. Marie Antoinette and her husband were a fucking anomaly. They were a fucking anomaly because they got married when they were like 15, 16-ish, and they didn't have their first child until their mid-20s. That was abnormal. They were considered abnormal for then, because they should have had heirs, because his brothers had children by the time he had his first one. So, yeah, they were considered abnormal. What we would consider normal, like a normal time to have children, that was abnormal. She was considered an older mother for that. So take that with what you will. But people really need to stop trying to push current views on things onto the past. Like, the past is the past for a reason, but if we are going to write about it, we have to kind of remember context of the fact that they all died pretty soon. Like, you weren't guaranteed to live a long life. Queen Elizabeth was odd because she lived to be in her 70s. That wasn't a thing that happened. So we have to, like, remember within the context of that time what was considered normal. We can't just project our normal onto the past. That's not how it works. We can acknowledge it was weird in the context, but we can't, change the fact that that was the truth. It's just is odd to me how people want things to be. It's like, just stop. If you don't like writing about it, don't write it that way. Like, don't set it in a specific time. Set it somewhere else. Or if you're gonna set it within that time, don't set it in like the actual history. Set it in a different way. Make it fantasy for a reason. Come on. All right. I will go ahead and end it here. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I had so much fun. I'm so glad to have had this hangout with you guys. I got to show you all my cool con stuff. Got to tell you about con, and got to catch up with Era about her amazing AU. Yes, unfortunately, I did hear about Catherine O'Hara. I was very devastated. It did not. I had to read it like 3 times to make sure I understood what I was reading, and even then, I didn't really want to understand what I was reading. I did not. Did not want to understand that. But again, thank you guys so much. Have a great night, a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.